uplifting women. That, like, this is incredible. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like when I worked as a school teacher, I taught 1st and 2nd grade, and you never were around women that actually talked good about each other, right? Isn't that crazy? So I remember literally walking in Primerica, actually 2 floors down, and when I got started, I had $75,000 of student loan debt. So how many of you guys were told, hey, the American dream works? You know, you go to school, you get a, hopefully you graduate, right? And you know, maybe some people 5, 6 years later, right? And then when you graduate, you're supposed to find what?
The
job, right? And then hopefully that job pays your bills. But unfortunately for me, when I graduated, they said, hey, teachers, you can always find a job, right? There's a saying, and I used to hate it. It says, those who can't teach, right? Because if you can't do something, go teach it. It's horrible. Like, I don't know who came up with that advice, okay? But what was crazy is when I was looking for my job, there was budget cuts. And so actually, I was supposed to start off with my salary at least $50,000 a year as a normal teacher. And I got started with a salary that paid me $22,000. Okay? I went to school for 4 years for that, right? And I was getting paid less than, you know, some people that work restaurants or, you know, retail positions were getting paid more money than I went to school for 4 years for that. And when I graduated, I went to Houston Baptist University, and I graduated and I was like, 75,000 for 22,000. This doesn't add up, right? And I don't know, I think Primerica really saved my life because I used to say I'll never do finance and I'll never do business, okay? Because A, I hated math. Right? How many of you guys avoided math like the plague it is? Right? But I literally, I remember taking math, like that was like the last credit I needed to graduate, and I purposely put it off because I was like, this is horrible, Zehra. Like, you're a senior and you can't like take a math class. Like, it was like calculus in college, and it was ridiculous. But point being is I used to say I'll never do a career in that, and I'll never do business because my dad's a business owner. And I used to see him leave the house. He used to leave at 4 a.m. and he used to come back at 10, 11 p.m. at night. And he did it for 20 years, right? And, you know, I was foolish and naive thinking, oh my gosh, you know, like the lifestyle we live, it's awesome. But I didn't know that it came from sacrifice and work, right? And now the lifestyle that I see my parents enjoy, I'm like, man, that's awesome. But my dad built that. Does that make sense? So there's going to be a time period in your life where you have to give up to go up. And I think a lot of times what we do is we want to avoid the giving up part and getting the going up part all of a sudden. Because we live in a society that tells us, hey, instant gratification, you know, I know social media is a huge thing. You see people wearing like, you know, the best, and you're like, I want that, right? But that's not a true picture of what real wealth looks like. Because when I got started, literally my Primerica coaches told me, hey, if you take this income that you can make here, you can pay off your student loans here. And I was like, can I do it really? Like, you know, and there's that doubt, because some of you guys maybe have that doubt. You're like, okay, yeah, this sounds awesome. You know, Yomi's like super good, right? And what she said, Yossi's, like, they're so beautiful, they could do it, but I can't, right? How many of you guys had that doubt? Right? I had it too, right? And I was like, yeah, they're awesome though. And you're always making these excuses for yourself. And what was crazy is Primerica's opportunity, that income is what allowed me to pay off my student loans in a year and a half. Wow. Okay? So, and I was part-time, okay? So if you're thinking, oh, I have all these reasons or excuses why I can't do this. Oh, because I'm, a full-time student, or I'm, working another job, or maybe you're a mom. You could still do this for your family, What if it actually changes your life? Like we always think the worst things. What if we start thinking the best things? There wouldn't be a room full of women telling you that you could do this if it wasn't the case, right? So I just wanted to share that because I think sometimes what happens is we forget, how it feels like to be the new person, right? So one of the things I did want to leave you guys with, I know that we have a lineup of beautiful women that are coming up, but one of the things I would say is the person that invited you today really cares about you, okay, really cares about you. Because if they did not care about you, they would not invite you to start something that they're doing, okay? They wouldn't be doing something if it was broken, okay? Our company changes lives, you know? There's so many women in here that are forever changed because they took a shot and they took a chance on themselves. Your bank account? Well, thank you. Okay? You can go, like, it's so funny, like, you can go wherever. You don't have to look at the right side of the menu and think, can I afford this? Right? You can go to the store and buy whatever you want and not think, can I afford this? Right? Why do you have to wait for a man to come in and pay it? Like, you shouldn't have to, right? You can. Like, you know what's awesome is one day, like, I look forward to the day that, you know, one day when a guy comes into my life, I get to think, you know what? He gets to walk into a marriage where we have no debt. Right? Right? So I'm really excited because I know this next lady that's coming up. I know Yomi's going to bring her up.